People are calling AJ Debonsa a foul baiter because he seemingly adopted the head jerk reaction that everyone knows Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for doing. But here's my thing. If these are actually fouls, which they are, then why does anyone care? Because in my opinion, you've got three classic types of foul baiting. There's the rip through, the Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, AJ Debonsa head jerk, and what I like to call the D-Wade special, jumping into a defender who's in the air. And all of those have moments in which they are egregious, but when it is a real foul, like this example with AJ Debonsa where the defender shoots his hands into Debonsa's body and brings them up towards his face, then why are we mad at these players for accentuating the foul to get the call? Quite frankly, I just think it's a bad and unfair assumption to think that refs aren't trained to look in the right places for these fouls and that they're only awarding them based on the reaction. I find it hard to believe that a ref didn't see Cody Williams miss the basketball and then grab AJ Debonsa's leg, but was instead only looking at him in the eyes and in his head and neck area. As is the case with any rule, there are clear and obvious examples that need to be worked on. For instance, the fact that we are jumping into defenders that are not infringing on landing space and that's still being called a foul is a disaster. The fact that this hasn't been fixed since we saw D-Wade and later on James Harden doing it is crazy. But we, as a sports watching society, have gotten so caught up in over-investigating every time we see a movement that we associate with foul baiting that we've gotten to a point where we don't even consider whether or not it's a foul. I think Shai has gotten such a bad rap for being a player who takes fall-away jump shots, has players infringe on his landing space, falls over, and then gets called a flopper because of it. There are just so many times over the course of a full-speed basketball game where players are going to fall down or make a movement that we overanalyze and associate with foul baiting, when in reality, that's just how their body reacts to that situation happening in real time. And even when they do exaggerate a little bit, 90% of the time, they were actually fouled. So why does it even matter?